Morning, it's Stephanie. School Commute Convos, table for four. How's everybody doing? Yeah, it's been a rough week. It's been where we are worried about the safety of our children as always, but really what's been happening is there was a school massacre that occurred yesterday, and there were 19 children that were killed and 2 teachers that were killed in this senseless crime. So with a heavy heart, I talk about why did this happen. That's the first thing that comes to mind. Like, why did this happen? And there was a lot of reports that were out, and a lot of different social medias and outlets and news venues, and talking about all different perspectives and things like that. So first I want to say I want to send condolences for those families that have lost their child and have lost their children to this senseless crime. And my heart is super heavy because as a parent of a 10-year-old, as a parent of a 12-year-old, I can't even imagine what they are going through right now. I can't even fathom. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, could have this been prevented? And that's always the most complex question, because we don't know if an incident like this was prevented. This whole month of May has been it's been terrible in terms of the news reporting the shooting in Buffalo, and there were about 8 people that died. There was another crime in a church. There were people who were shot at, and they also died. It's just been it's been so much, and a lot of it has been blamed on mental health. A lot of it has been blamed on people being bullied. It is blamed a lot on racism. It's blamed a lot on other things where people have claimed responsibility or the reasonings to why these things happen. So my first question is, how does an 18-year-old have access to an AR-15? Right? To one of the news outlets, they said that he legally brought it a few days after his birthday. What is the purpose of you purchasing such an item? Do the people behind the counter ask those questions? Do they have a background check? Does this person have any mental issues or any past history of any ailments or anything like that? Right? I think it's a very fair question. What is the necessity of having such, and the same thing happened in Florida where in the Pulse Club, the same thing. What is the necessity of having such an excessive, or even the access to a type of gun of that type? That's what I want to know. Like, what is the necessity of having it? It's obviously to hurt. It is. If there's a evil purpose behind that, that is the purpose for it. My friend, okay, she went to go get lap band surgery, right? She had to go through hoops, dupes, all this just to get the approval. They had to go check mental health, mental status. She had to go get psychiatric help. Not psychiatric help, but like psychiatric review. You have to go through all of this, all hoops, going through liquid diets, going through the surgery, getting your health checks, getting all of this just to get a surgery that she wanted to get done, right? And I know it's different. No, it's not different, because you have to go under review. You have to go through all these steps and parameters in order for you to get something that you need, right? Or something that you desire. Why is it that this cannot apply to the gun control? I don't understand why that doesn't apply here. There have been times, like, I'm trying, like, let's say I want to get approved for a loan. There are people that are trying to buy houses, right? They're trying to move out, or they're trying to do, but people can't get approved for loans because why? There is a standard. There is you have to have good credit. There's so many restrictions and there's so many rules and regulations in order for you to obtain the things that you need in your life. Who needs an AR-15 with magazines? What 18-year-old needs that? Somebody that has intentions to do something. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Even the sense behind it, for him having somebody behind the counter just selling it to him and not ask those questions. Young man, why do you need that? Oh, you're gonna go hunting? No, you don't go hunting with that type of rifle. This is why I question myself and I question the sense of this. The same thing with another incident in Sandy Hook. Sandy Hook was another sad incident happened in Connecticut. I remember the kids were little. This happened about, oh my God. The one in Parkland, Florida happened 5 years ago. The one in Connecticut, I think it happened, I gotta remember what was the time frame for that. I think it was 8 years ago. I'm not sure. I have to go check the time frame for that. The problem is there's been time that has passed and none of the laws or anything has changed. That's the problem. That's what the problem is. And again, May emphasizes the need for mental health checks. The story that began, this young man, 18, shot his grandmother in his home. There was the other incident where the other gentleman in Buffalo, he had it all laid out in, I think, in one of the gaming platforms, Discord, something to that extent. The question is, who are we checking, right? Who are we checking, right? We as the parents, we as the guardians, those that are caring for these children, because this is what they are. These are children that are screaming and they are retaliating through violence, and other people are paying for the repercussions of the things that they are suffering from, right? And people, again, have been using mental illness as an excuse. You cannot just use mental illness as an excuse for it. You cannot excuse certain behaviors. So why is it that we have to go jump through hoops when we're trying to do the simple things? We're trying to do simple things, and we're fighting just to do the simple stuff. And we have to jump through hoops. And food stamps, same thing. People got to wait online for hours. Oh, you can't get approved. You make too much money, this and this. There's so many things. There's so many laws, so many parameters, so many things in order for you to prevent you from getting food stamps. But it's so easy for you to go ahead and purchase a gun like that. Florida's another one. Florida, I believe they have, I think they have open carry, I think. I have to double check. I have to check. I have to make sure that, but I think they have, I think Texas is the same thing, obviously. That they have, you have the capacity to carry a gun at a younger age, like 16, 17. Like, you got to go all these hoops to getting your driver's license, or to get a job, to go for an interview. You got to go through all these hoops. But for a 18-year-old to go ahead and purchase, it boggles my mind. It boggles my mind, and it angers me. It angers me so much, because these parents are the ones that are suffering right now because of the inactions of others. The inactions, and just straight up stubborn, because that is the only thing that I can say. You see this happening. You see that these young children are dying. You see these young men taking it upon themselves to do these actions just to prove what? What is the point of proving? They're proving that they're sad. They're proving that they're depressed. They're proving that they need help. This is a cry for help. But the cry for help is not the means of an outlet that you go ahead and you take it out on innocent people. I can't even tell you, like, I'm so pissed. I'm like, I can't even fathom what they are going through right now. Senseless. Completely senseless. The other question is, could have this been prevented? To be really honest, I don't know. I don't know what I don't know what these people were thinking in their minds at that point. I don't know how they were feeling. I don't know if these emotions have taken over. Like, there's just so many built up things that there's so many things that could have been prevented. Woulda, shoulda, coulda, but it's just like how? Just how? And it's the teachers really that I feel for, because they throw themselves to protect these children. They're with these children all day. They're there to help them and guide them and protect them, and then these things happen to them. The teachers are the ones that have to do the practicing with active shooter. These are the teachers that have to worry about all the different things that are going on at the same time. They have to worry about the mental health of their students. Is everything okay? We have to make sure we have to teach them. There's so much on their plate. And then the parents have so much on their plate. And everybody is blaming somebody else. The people that are committing the crimes are blaming other people, and they're not taking responsibility for themselves. I don't understand that. I do not understand that. So I hugged my kids tight every day. And I worry for them because of something like this happening. You know, and if anything has taught me anything, that I cannot take things for granted. You can't. You can't. And these people that have lost their lives to this senseless crime, my heart goes out to them. But it was something that was really strange. Not strange, but something that really hit me hard. Was one of the fathers from Parkland, Florida. He was on, I think he was on CNN, or was he on Fox? I gotta find him. My man literally said that for these politicians and everybody, don't send me condolences because we don't need your stupid hearts. He said it. He goes, well, what the parents need is their kids back. I was like, ooh. And he made such good points, because his son was one of the victims. He was 17 when he was shot and killed in Parkland, Florida. The other incident that occurred about 4 or 5 years ago. And he said it. Says, doesn't matter now. How many more kids have to die in order for them to know the voice change? He says he was ashamed, he was angry, and I'm like, this is a man that has lost his child. He has lost his child to gun violence. So if anybody knows, it's him. So it's just thinking about reliving that moment, or like reliving it, and seeing the news and seeing how these innocent people have died to this senseless crime. I really don't know what else to say. I really don't know what else to say. I'm at a loss for words, and that's hard. That's hard for me to be at a loss of words. It is. But this is Stephanie, and Table for Four, School Commute Convos.